Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sunflower Sims, and if you are new, welcome to my channel. So today we are building a base game home for multiple generations, which I think turned out really cool and I really like it. I struggled with the decor of this house because there's such limited decor in the base game, but I think it turned out just fine. It does have a garage, which is different. Although I didn't put cars in the garage, I put other stuff, and I just made a driveway with cars. So at first I was going to put the garage on the right, but then I realized that there wasn't like anything like a driveway on the right side, but there was on a left. So I ended up changing the garage. Also, at first I used non base game windows and doors and stuff, and I ended up switching that out because at first it wasn't going to be a base game home, but then I decided it would be. So those things do get switched out. And then as you can see here, I am working on that driveway. So let me tell you a little bit about the house. It is meant for 8 Sims. You could of course have less or change around what ages and genders as per always, but what I intended this for was a set of grandparents, a set of parents, a teen girl, a child boy, a toddler boy, and a toddler girl. But of course, again, you can always switch out genders, you can always switch out ages. Maybe you don't want any grandparents and you want 2 additional kids. Maybe you want 6 kids and 2 parents instead of 4 kids and 2 parents and 2 grandparents. Totally up to you. If you only want 1 grandparent and want a dog instead of a second grandparent, go for it. Whatever you want. Well, dogs, considering you have pets, cats and dogs, but yeah, that is who the house is for. So I think it turned out really nice. It is a pretty large home, as you can see. It's coming together. And then I did this little patio, which ends up being off of what I intended to be a grandparent's bedroom. You could make it the parents' bedroom and stick the grandparents upstairs, but I figured grandparents wouldn't want to do stairs. So my intent was for that to be the grandparents' room. But again, change around bedrooms, change who lives in each bedroom. Doesn't matter to me. So this house is fully furnished. You can change it to be whatever style you like. I was imagining one of the parents was maybe a painter, as I do have some cool paintings in this house that I will talk to you about when we see them. But that is what I imagined one of the parents to do, and I didn't really have a job in mind for the other parent or anything. Here I am picking out some siding. I just go for this green siding. This was inspired by one of Simoleons' builds, as per usual. I get a lot of inspiration from her. I don't remember the name of it or which build it was. I just remember that I believe recently she built a greenhouse, and I thought it was really beautiful. So it doesn't necessarily look anything like the house she built, but it's green, and her build was green. That's like where I took the inspiration from. I thought about doing a big greenhouse, and that is what we ended up with. Everything else, though, for the most part, I think I just took from my own brain. If I think of anything when I'm recording the video that I went, oh wait, that was actually somebody else's idea, I'll let you know. Well, one thing with the backyard is I did a sandbox, and initially I learned how to do that from Simoleons as well. But like, I think a lot of people do that in their builds now, but I do want to give credit that the first person I ever saw do it was Simoleons. So, you know, always give credit where credit's due. And then I had a really hard time figuring out the windows for the front of the house. I was really struggling. I was going to do medium wall height just so I could use those windows, but then I ended up changing it later because I didn't like how tall it was, because it didn't really work for the staircase in the space I had built for the staircase. Medium wall height stairs are significantly taller than regular wall height stairs, which is a little frustrating, but it's fine. And then, yeah, I went for like this contrast of the light green with like the dark roofing and the dark shutters, but then the white regular windows and doors. And I think this contrast of lights and light colors and dark colors just looks really cool. You know, I like contrast. I think it's really pretty. Yeah. So the layout, I kind of built the layout as I built the shell. Sometimes I build a shell and then do a layout. Sometimes I kind of do the layout as I build the shell. This time I kind of did a layout for the main floor as I did the shell. So that's already done for the most part. But we have yet to do the upstairs layout. I was trying to figure out windows. I usually, well, not always, but sometimes I do the windows as I do the layout again, because it's kind of hard. Excuse me, it's kind of hard to place windows, you know, without a layout, because then you're intersecting walls and windows and it's just a whole thing. So I sometimes do kind of a combination. But yeah, and then here's where I switch it back to short wall height, picking out some new windows, and I think it turned out okay the way the windows look on the first floor. I think it turned out all right. So here I am just doing windows. It took me a very long time to do windows on this house. You'll see that I did kind of create a faux garage. It kind of disappeared when I changed the wall height, so I'll fix it again later. But I just used columns and used windows and a different pattern for the walls to kind of make a faux garage door, because we don't have garage doors in the base game. They come with City Living. So that worked out. And then here I am trying to figure out the upstairs layout. It came together fairly easily. I was expecting it to be a little bit more difficult. I never know how big to make the upstairs. I feel like I either make them really big or really small. And this time I feel like it came out to be big, but it fits for the family that I'm looking for. There I'm entering in some cheats. Can't see what the cheats are. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but recently I've been having issues doing the voiceover to my videos. So I have to like turn down the quality of my video while I'm doing the voiceover. So I use Filmora Wondershare, and so in the little box where I see the video playing, I turn down the quality or whatever. I'm not sure, other than quality, what the proper term for it is. So it's like very blurry and grainy, so I can't see anything. But if it's a lower quality, then the video doesn't skip on my end, so I can actually record the voiceover in time with the build. It's kind of complicated. That probably made no sense if you don't edit videos at all. But if you edit videos, it might have made some sense. Then I put in these nice flower pots from the debug menu, and I thought they were really pretty. And I think they look really nice in front of this house. And then picking out some cars. I wish we had a minivan. That's what I was thinking when I was building this, was we need a minivan, because this is a huge family. To be honest, I don't know if the whole family would fit in those 2 cars. Yeah, I imagine there can probably be 5 people in the black car and then 2 people in the pickup truck. So I don't know where they're putting the 8th person. Maybe they don't go out together as a family very often, or maybe they have another car, and just at the moment when this people came by to take pictures of the house, there wasn't a car there, you know. I don't know, whatever. The cars aren't functional anyway. They're just there for pretend and to make things look realistic. Anyway, and then here I am, I talked over the landscaping, sorry. Here I am trying to do some dirt around the plants just to make it look a little bit more realistic. Yeah, I thought about putting this video in 2 parts because it took so long. As you can see, it's like 30 minutes. I think it was probably 2 or 3 hours of footage. I'd have to go back and actually look before I sped it up how long it was. I should have done that. But yeah, it's a long one. So, we're sped up right now to like, I want to say 7 or 7.5 speed. Normally I do like 6 or 6.5. So this is obviously a very long video. I probably had like a good 2 to 4 hours of footage. I don't really remember. Like I said, I'd have to look before I sped everything up, but it's a doozy. So thanks for sticking with through a long video if you stick through to the end. I wanted this family to have a pool, because there's not a lot of activities to do in the base game for the backyard. So I thought a pool would be a great option. And then I make this deck on the back, and I put in a hot tub, and then I end up making a sandbox, and some planters go back here, and then that is about all I do in the backyard, I think. So here you'll see I'm working on the sandbox. I do go ahead and put some monkey bars in it and put some sand in it. and then just use this little fencing. I was going to make it bigger initially, but then I decided to make it a little bit smaller. I thought it was too big before. So there's sand for the kids to play in. I'm not sure if the base game sand works to build sand castles, though. So it might just be for show. But either way, I mean, it's fine. If you have island living, you can switch out the sand for the island living sand, and then for sure they can build sand castles and things. And then I was thinking about putting a tree back here. I don't remember if it stays or not. I think it does. Moving on to the patio, I wanted to do a grill and patio area for them. I use these flamingo tables, which I've never used before, I don't think, but they're cute. I like them with the tablecloth and then the flamingo pattern chairs. I just thought it was so cute. Here I am doing some lighting for the front and back of the house, so that way at night it is not completely dark. I end up lining the pathway. At first I was just eyeballing it, and then I was like, what are you doing? Like, put on the grid and actually put them out evenly. So I did end up doing that because like I said, at first I was just going to put them in, however, and that's not the best idea, I don't think. Sorry for saying so much. I just say it a lot, and I know it's probably very annoying. So is the word like, and I try to not use that as much either, but, you know, just naturally, those are things we say in speech, and you probably don't realize how much you say like and until you're listening to voiceovers or like talking for a long period of time, and then you notice it. Anywho, on to the interior. So this is the living room. It is a little bit smaller than I would like for a family this size, but I mean, there's still seating for like 5-6 people, and maybe not everyone's going to be in the living room at the same time. You know, maybe some of the kids are sitting on the floor. You never know. At least that's how it goes at my house when we have like big family get-togethers. The kids and young adults sit on the floor, and then the older adults, midlife adults, and like older family members sit on the couch. Middle adulthood. We're talking about that in my human development class today. Middle adulthood and what happens to your eyes and your hearing and your skin and like all the wonderful physical things that happen to you as you age. It was so nice. Doesn't make me afraid of getting older at all. I'm only 21, but like the idea of getting old is scary. You know. Anyway, decorating with some paintings, and then I decided I didn't like any that I found in here. So, by the way, this might be flagged as custom content in the gallery, but there is no actual custom content. As you can see, I went through the gallery and picked out paintings. So what these are, if you are not familiar, is people take custom content, have their Sims make paintings of the custom content. So then it is made in game and it's no longer custom content, if that makes sense. So technically this is not custom content. Sometimes it gets flagged for it though, but it's technically not because it was painted in game. And painting skill is an in-game skill. So, yeah, I was going to frame them, but then I realized it cut off a bunch of the picture because the frame is thick in this game for paintings. So, I didn't do that. I imagined the mom, or I was imagining the mom, but you could easily make it the dad or one of the grandparents. I was imagining one of the adults in the family did a lot of these paintings in the living room and dining room. Here we are in the dining room. These chairs, now that I'm looking at them, are Dream Home Decorator, I think. And if I'm correct with that, I am so sorry. That is the only thing that is not base game, and they can be so easily swapped. I am so sorry. I thought I was filtering by base game the whole time, but this one must have slipped through the cracks. I'm really sorry. This is literally the only non-base game item is those chairs. So they should automatically be replaced, and if not, they shouldn't be too hard for you to replace, I don't think. Sorry about that. Yeah. Anyway, putting in some shelves, I thought that they just made for some interesting architectural detail in the dining room. And then we move on to what is the kitchen. Yes, this is the kitchen. I wanted to go for a large family kitchen. I decided to put in, there we go again with, I decided to put in bar stools there for the 4 children. I keep saying, now I'm so self-aware of it. I am so sorry. Anyway, I put in bar stools for the kids, and then I figure when they want to eat as the family, they go into the dining room, and then or they can eat out on the patio. And then I make it. I put some clutter in it, but there's not tons and tons and tons of clutter items in the base game. And I also didn't want it to be too cluttered. I imagine that for a family of like 8, they actually keep this like pretty neat and clean, which is good. They're maybe when someone in the family is kind of a neat freak, but I just kind of imagine that they, in a family of this size, and with 4 adults or elders, there's enough people to clean up, and maybe they really instill the value in their children of cleaning up after themselves. That could be a possibility as well. So I was just looking around for decorations, things to clutter this room with. I eventually switched out one of the things with a clock in there. And then here I am decorating the thing by the staircase, the table by the staircase. That's the word, English. I put some candles and some plants on there, and putting a couple more clutter items in the kitchen, and then otherwise that hallway is pretty plain and simple. I do put in a little bit of stuff by the front door, some shoes, a coat rack, that kind of thing. I don't know where they put everything, but there I am fixing the garage, by the way. And then I put in a woodworking table. I imagine someone in the family is good with woodworking. Some fitness stuff. I figured with a family this big, you don't want to spend money on a gym membership. It's better to invest in some, what are they called? Exercise equipment. And then this is what I imagine to be the grandparents' room, but you could easily switch it out to be the parents' room. Or if you want a really spoiled toddler, make it the toddler's room. Maybe you wouldn't want to make it the toddler's room, though, because considering there's like there's deck access, that might not be the smartest idea for a toddler. But, I messed up when I said how many Sims it's for. It's for 1 or 2 grandparents, 1 or 2 parents, teen girl, child boy, toddler boy, baby girl. Yes, not 2 toddlers, 1 baby, 1 toddler. That is what I built this house for. Again, switch out ages, genders, whatever. Bathroom. This is one of the master bathrooms. There's 2 master bedrooms in this house, one for the parents, one for the grandparents, and they each have their own bathroom attached. There's like 4 bathrooms in this house because there's 2 masters. There's the downstairs bathroom and the upstairs bathroom. Figure like 2 people per bathroom, and there you go. It works out. Not too bad for the bathroom situation. I do a similar bathroom for the main level. Yeah, I don't include laundry because that's not base game. I wanted to, but it's not base game, so I didn't. Again, similar bathroom. And yeah, and then we move on to the upstairs, I think, when we're done with this. Boy, my mouth is dry from talking so much. I haven't had that much to drink yet today either. But yeah, been really stressed out with school. I had a paper due. I had a test last Friday. As of when I'm recording this is going out in like 3 weeks from when I'm recording it. But as of when I'm recording it, I had a test last Friday. I had a test Monday. A paper Monday. Today's Wednesday, and I have a paper due at midnight. And then I have another paper due next Monday. And then the week after that, I have a paper due Monday or Wednesday. So, not stressed at all. Living my best life. Sorry, that was a very annoying voice. Yeah. So, I have been procrastinating doing homework, by building, and any spare time I have to rest, I'm building, to try and get some videos pre-recorded, and also procrastination because I'm stressed about these papers and I don't want to write them, and I'm really burnt out from school. For those of you who don't know, I'm a senior in undergrad in college, and I still have another 2 years after this because I'm going to get my master's degree. So, yeah. It's going to be a lot of school by the time I'm done. But then my mom reminded me that you work, typically, if you work until you're older and like get to like typical American retirement age, you work a lot longer than the time that you're in school, which kind of is scary, that I will be working more than I've been in school because I'm burnt out from this much school. How am I going to feel when I get to work? But trying not to worry and think about the future quite so much because that would drive me absolutely insane. Anyway, I've totally talked over so much stuff. This is the other master bedroom that I imagined was for the parents. I kind of skip around, and as I find things that I want for the upstairs, I'm like, oh wait, this would look good downstairs. So then I jump around and put stuff down there too. And then just adding a couple more things in the kitchen because I didn't like how plain it was. Anyway, that master bedroom, I imagine that the mom painted the bed with like fabric paint somehow or something. Somehow, or maybe did a painting and then ordered it to be put on a bedspread. I don't know. I just imagine that the mom designed that as a Van Gogh inspiration. And then I am just trying to find more paintings for this house. 2 of the 3 I did not see in the description, like, to use a hashtag or anything. One of them did require a hashtag, so I did put that hashtag in the description of this house. The other 2, I didn't. I should have put in the username, but they didn't ask me to, so I didn't think about it until just now. But these paintings you can find on the gallery. I just searched paintings, and then I searched by room and most popular, and just scroll, and you'll eventually find all of them. I didn't have to scroll that far down, I don't think, to find all of them. So that might change by the time this video goes out, depending on how many people put in new paintings, but you know, it'll be fine, I'm sure. Trying to find a rug for this room. I went for this yellowish one, I think. Trying to pull some of the yellows out of the bed. Just a yellow and blue room. And then I put a little chair and bookshelf. And, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, the one thing this house doesn't really have, I don't think, is a computer. Which, that might be a problem. But you can fit one in somewhere, I'm sure. And then doing more bathrooms. There are so many bathrooms in this house, and I don't like doing bathrooms because there's only so many things you can do with a bathroom, and it gets boring, and I just hate doing bathrooms in houses. I just hate it. So that is a thing. Yeah, so I wanted to put in some sort of shelving in this bathroom, so I just picked that one. And then doing my typical bathroom clutter, which is soap and toothbrush holders. But someone once commented on one of my videos that that's everyone's bathroom clutter. And I'm like, true. True. I try to put rugs in, bath mat rugs in every bathroom in this house, which I don't always do. So that's the thing. I remembered a trash can in the kitchen, I'm 99% sure. So that is also a win, right? Right. I had difficulty laying out this teen girls room, by the way. That's the room we're working on. I imagine she wanted to be... What did I set her wanting to be? I think I wanted her to be into, like, fashion, I think. Or am I confusing that with a different build? I think I might be confusing that with a previous build that I did recently. Yeah, she's into music. There's another build where I have a teen into fashion, and I don't remember what build that is, but it is a build that you've probably seen by now if you follow my channel on a regular basis. Putting in some books, a music stereo, and a tablet for her on her desk. I don't think I gave her a computer. I could be wrong though, we'll see. And then finding a rug for her, and I picked that one. And I'm getting really tired of talking. Good thing we only have 6 minutes left in this video. This is the child boys room. I tried to give him an accent. Well, I did give him an accent wall there just to make it a little bit more interesting. I went for a blue theme in here. I just liked the colors. I thought it was pretty. There were different blues in that accent wall, and I love the color blue. Not that it has to be for boys. I love blues. And I wanted him to have, like, some dinosaurs. I figured that this kid was really into school and science, kind of a nerd, because I end up giving him, like, the chemistry table. And, yeah, I cluttered it up with a lot of toys. And excuse me, trying to talk through a yawn. And I put a little bit of dirty laundry, just some clutter. And then I give him some posters. I give him space related posters, a Harry Potter knockoff poster, and a bookworm poster of some kind, a dinosaur reading a book, I think. Yes. And then moving on, I believe this is what I do for the baby's room. Yep, this is the baby girl's room. I do switch out and put a high chair downstairs for one of the toddlers. I know high chairs are very annoying in the game though, and you can put a different chair back in if you would like. Putting in toddler potties. This bedroom has a lot of toys in it. You might have to rearrange, move some of the toys out once this baby ages up into like a child or something, so that way she has more room for the rest of her stuff, like a bed and dresser and things. But for now, it can be cluttered and full of toys and cute in a nursery. I use these shelves, which I have not used in a very, very long time. I kind of forgot they existed, and I just put some cute toys on them, and that is about it for that. Putting in a rug, and then I think we move on to the toddler boys room. We are so close to being done with this video, guys. Thank you for hanging in there with me. This voiceover is like running a marathon, and I know for some people I know for me, watching speed builds, I don't care how long they are. I know some people probably won't sit through a whole video. So thank you if you stuck with me this far. This is the toddler boys room, and I imagined he was really into dinosaurs and monsters and just thought they were fun. I did forget to put in the Kulala Defender light in all the kids' rooms. You might want to add that unless you want to do a 3 with a toddler and a child waking you up because of the monster under the bed, and then eventually when the baby ages up into a toddler, another toddler, because that's a lot of toddlers and kids, waking you up to tell you about a monster under the bed. So you probably want to add in that light. How fast can I talk? I felt like, if I can speak. I feel like I just talked so fast. Lorelai Gilmore, anyone? And this is the last bathroom for the kids. And I was getting so tired at this point in the build. I love building, but like when you build such long builds, sometimes you're like, I need a break. As much as I love this, I need a brain break. And I was kind of getting to that point. But here we are moving on to the screenshots. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and I will talk to you all in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!